These home movies are a look back through the early years of our family. They were shot on an old 8mm film camera and now saved to digital format so future generations can enjoy a little of our family history. I'll try my best to narrate what's going on since it jumps through the decades from here to there. But this here is out at the Oliveira Ranch, and these are the Machado cousins. That is Grandma Irene, and that is Danny Machado, I believe. This is Grandma Mamie Oliveira, Grandma Irene's mother. Evidently didn't enjoy being on camera much. So these are the Machado cousins. You have Rosemary, Manuel, Ernie, and Danny, the youngest there. This house is Grandpa Jim and Grandma Irene's, one of their first homes in Modesto that they rented on Bodum Street in Modesto. It's still there. Grandma Irene said she didn't like this house much, though. Probably because it was even old back then. Now this next scene is going to jump forward quite a few years after this scene, I should say. This is Grandma Irene in a poofy dress out in front of their house. This scene here jumps forward to around 1970. It's a place called Daffodil Hill. It's up in the foothills in a little town called Volcano in California. We used to go there every so often. That's Grandma Irene and me, Greg. Grandma Irene, pregnant with Sherry at the time. But yeah, there's wild daffodils just growing on the side of this mountain. And people used to go and check out the daffodils. That's me, Greg, and Chris, and a lovely peacock. You'll see here now it's Grandma Irene and Jim and Chris and me. Grandma Irene, very pregnant with Sherry. Now this is Easter 1970 at the Xavier house. All of us dressed in our matching plaid outfits. Very nice. Jim and Chris counting up their eggs, looks like. Grandma Irene sitting on the old concrete bench that Grandpa Jim built. And now, hey, we have Sherry. Looks like she's a few months old already. The front yard of the Xavier home. There's me and Sherry. I had some cool boots. There's Chris. Thinks he's a great tetherball player, evidently. It's funny to see the backyard looking so new back then. And Chris just throws Sherry to the ground. This is another Easter, 1971. Me and Sherry. Sherry just left there precariously on a concrete bench, eating an egg. Could fall at any moment. Jim and Chris in their very 70s striped pants. Very stylish. That would be Chris in the blue. Yes, and check out the bouffant hair on Grandma Irene. There's Jim in the, what do you call that color, lavender? Yeah, Grandma Irene has a tall head of hair there. That merry-go-round was a death trap, from what I remember. A friend of mine from down the street actually broke her collarbone on that. There we all are. Jim, Chris, Greg, Sherry. And yes, we always dressed alike. Sherry on the Death Trap merry-go-round. So this is Sherry and her godfather, Steve Brazil. This is at the house on Xavier, and this is a big group birthday when Sherry, myself, Greg, and Chris, since our birthdays were all within a week, we always had big birthday weekend celebration type of thing. Now, some of these people, I'm not sure who that lady is. Sitting on the back wall there in the orange chair is Grandpa Jim Patton Sr., that young girl there is Bernadette, and then this again is Godfather Steve and Sherry's godmother, Rosemary Machado. It's me, Greg. 5th birthday, Sherry's first. And this would be Jim and Carol Oliveira, uncle and aunt, and Chris's godparents. And that's little Bernadette there, her cousin. Some very cool wallpaper in the kitchen. Yes, this, I was going to edit this out, but I don't know if somebody was trying to film a lightning storm or just left the camera on, what the deal was, but you can see some silhouettes here. So I just thought it was goofy, so I left it in. So now we're back to the birthday party. As you can see, this is the house in Xavier. Grandma Irene with the big hair. Sitting on the couch here, you're going to get a glimpse of Grandpa Oliveira there in the white shirt. Sitting next to Uncle Jim Oliveira. And then some of the kids here, looks like Jim and Greg. And then that's cousin Jimmy Oliveira. Oh, and Chris there in the background. And Sherry. Bernadette again in the little blue dress. This is a shot of Aunt Madeline Machado, her backside anyway, for some reason. She didn't like the camera, evidently, so she gets out of there real quick. There's Sherry playing with an old phone. Love that old TV. 3 stations. There's Grandpa Ben Oliveira, Grandma Irene's dad. Very quick shot. Oh, the good old Turlock Little League Baseball Parade. Somewhere in the around 70. Jim and Chris are in there somewhere. This is the old Soderquist Park in Turlock. All the teams gathered for the opening ceremonies of the season. So now we jump back in time. This is Sherry. Looks like just coming home from the hospital, looks like almost. Jim standing next to her there. Just some amazing fireworks. About as exciting watching them on film as they are watching them in person. So here's a nice shot up somebody's nose. Oh, so now where are we headed now? We are going to the future again. It's the house on Xavier. That's Sherry sitting there. That's me, Greg. And then Chris sneaking into frame. Grandma Irene, throw Sherry on the floor, let her fall over. Remember that lovely green carpet all those years ago. I just remember it being very stiff and scratchy. Sherry taking a little bath. Me again, and then Jim slips into the picture, thinking he's rather cute in his fake nose and glasses. Now this is another Easter, looks like. Yeah, a little bit earlier because Sherry's not in this picture, so I figured it's 1969. There's Grandpa Jim's infamous Chevy pickup. All of us in some really sharp Easter duds. And then here comes me with a very nice red accessory as a hat there. It's really cool. Oh, Grandma Irene. Still with her big hair and big fur coat. Yeah, Grandpa Jim's truck, that thing, when he was in the fire department as a volunteer, you would hear him, when the alarm went off, hear him jump in that truck in the middle of the night and take off. You can hear it tearing down the street. Here, it looks like I'm standing up in the bed of the truck, which I wouldn't doubt, because back then, it's the kind of thing we did, but I think I'm up front in the seat with Grandma Irene's driving, looks like. Now this is Sally Patton. This is the great-grandmother of me, Greg, and the grandmother to Jim Patton Jr. Must be at her birthday party. A lot of Patton folks gathered around. Not sure really who any of them are. Oh, now we're up in the snow. Here comes Grandpa Jim running into frame in his really cool yellow hat. This is somewhere up in the Sierras. That's me, Greg, sitting on a rock. Don't look happy. Jim and Chris. Oh, there's Grandma Irene getting snow down her pants. That's one ugly snowman. not sure if we all rode in the back of that truck. I don't know how five of us fit in that truck. Crazy, but we did. No seatbelts. Now here we are jumping around in the backyard in the pool. So from obviously winter, now summer real quick. That's me. The cute one. We got Chris in the blue trunks, Jim in the green trunks. Oh, here we go. Now we're on our road trip to Oregon. All loaded up in the truck once again. Not sure why we went to Oregon, but I guess because it was there. Lake Shasta on the way up. Not sure if we slept in the back of that camper or if we actually stayed at hotels on that trip. I don't know. I don't remember. It's Mount Shasta, I believe. That is Crater Lake up in Oregon. Beautiful lake. This is still up in Oregon on our trip, playing around somewhere. Here we are on the steps of the Oregon Capitol. Chris, for some reason, not in this shot. Maybe he was asleep in the back of the truck. That is Jim and Greg, and of course, Grandma Irene. believe this is of the Oregon coast. Real long beaches on the Oregon coast. Big Paul Bunyan statue up in Northern California. Jim and Chris up on the foot. This must have stayed at some hotel along the way and jumping around the pool. I think that's Jim or Chris there on the bottom. Not sure who most of these people are. This is Santa Cruz Beach with the Machado family and them trying to take a raft out into the ocean, which you'll see here doesn't work out well for them. There we go. Fail. There's Grandma Irene getting some sun. Hey, that's me, Greg, and Chris. Building a sandcastle, I would suppose. I believe that's pretty much the end of this this movie. I believe that's the Machado family. Not sure.